Hello, welcome back to my Slow English podcast. This podcast is for intermediate English listeners. Today, I want to talk to you about my first trip alone. My first solo trip was when I was 18 years old. I booked a ticket to Tulum, Mexico. I remember being so nervous. My family was so nervous for me too. They all drove me to the airport, and I took my flight to Tulum. It was such a fun trip. I will remember that trip my whole life. It was the first trip where I felt I could do anything I wanted and go anywhere I wanted to go. I saw the stunning beaches in Tulum, the breathtaking cenotes or waterholes in Mexico, and I saw one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Chichen Itza. After making lots of friends and having lots of experiences, I decided to start planning my next trip. I started planning my trip to Costa Rica. I went to Costa Rica when I was 19 years old. I traveled to Tamarindo and took surf lessons, and I saw the most beautiful sunset I have ever seen. Then I went to volunteer at a hostel in Manuel Antonio. I volunteered at the hostel for 1 month. Full version tomorrow. Comment what your first trip was like. Where did you go? And why was it special? Hello. Welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Today, I will talk to you about movies. My favorite movies to watch. I love watching movies in my free time. But I don't like watching movies alone. I prefer to watch movies with my family. Movies make me feel inspired and motivated. My favorite movie is Forrest Gump. Whenever I watch Forrest Gump, I feel inspired and motivated to do anything. Watching movies can also help your English listening by learning new words and hearing everyday conversations. With nonsense, you can improve and expand your vocabulary while watching your favorite movies. Learning this way is much more natural and fun. What is your favorite movie to practice English listening? Do you prefer to watch movies alone or with others? Let me know in the comments. Check out my link in the description below to download nonsense and improve your English listening skills. Bye. Hello. Welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Today, I will continue speaking about my trips. I volunteered at a hostel in Costa Rica. I helped clean the kitchen, clean the bathrooms, and to keep the rooms tidy. I also helped out at reception from time to time. Have you ever volunteered anywhere before? Maybe at a hostel, a dog shelter, maybe a farm? While I was volunteering in Costa Rica, I saw the most beautiful beaches I have ever seen. And I made two very good friends. One of the friends I met actually is the girl who tattooed me. She is a very talented artist. My other friend in Costa Rica introduced me to scuba diving. They will always be two very special friends. After my trip to Costa Rica, I couldn't wait to continue traveling the world. So, I started planning my next trip. Hello. Welcome back to my Slow English podcast. I have a new microphone. Today, I want to talk to you about something I saw on the bus the other day. The other day, I saw a little girl on the bus. She was dressed from head to toe in all pink. She was very cute. She was with her mother and her grandfather. But her mom had to leave and go to work. So she left her little girl with her grandfather. She had to give her mom a kiss goodbye and leave with her grandpa. So her mom passed over the daughter to her grandpa, and the little girl just cried and cried because she didn't want to leave her mom. She finally had to say goodbye, and she was carried away by her grandpa. It reminded me of when I was a little girl, and I could sympathize with how she was feeling. And that feeling when your mom is literally your whole entire world. And when you're younger, you can't even imagine a few hours without your mom. So you just miss her all day and you wait until she finally comes home. It made me tear up a little bit on the bus because it reminded me of how much everything changes and how fast we all grow up. Our parents grow up, our grandparents grow up, and we grow up. And before you know it, we are all grown-ups. And we can go days or even weeks without thinking about our moms. I'm sure every mother remembers those moments when we would always cry for them. And sometimes I wish I could go back to those days, to the days where my biggest worry was, when is mom coming home? Hello, welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about interviews, job interviews. This is to practice vocabulary for B1 English levels. My experience with job interviews is very vast. I have a variety of skills and I have had a variety of different jobs. I always keep my resume or CV updated. Any new qualifications or new experience, I always keep it up to date on my CV. Are there any employment positions on your CV right now? I have worked in a few different areas. I have worked in education, translation, transcription, and curriculum creating. How important is your resume to you? How important is it to keep it up to date for your employment positions? I have only ever had part-time jobs. I have never had a full-time job. I like to keep my schedule flexible because I like to travel and I need a flexible schedule to manage different time zones. Do you have a part-time job or a full-time job? Another big part of job interviews are your skills. What are your skills? Hello, and welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Today, I got a haircut. It was the first time I got a haircut where she washed my hair She trimmed my split ends, and then she used her blow dryer to fix it all up. My hair is super thin, not thick. So I need volume. And after this haircut, I got to thinking. I felt a little weird, a little too sophisticated with my new hair. I normally never fix my hair. I don't even brush my hair most mornings. So you can't blame me for feeling a little weird when my hair looks so nice and well done. But I like it. I feel pretty. What about you? Do you like to get all fixed up and pretty for the day? And if not, why? I think sometimes I am just lazy. I'm too lazy to fix my hair and put makeup on, so I just don't do it. What's your excuse? Check out my Slow English podcast merch. Link in my bio. Hello, and welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Today, I want to talk about an important topic, one that is truly changing our world. Artificial intelligence. AI is everywhere, in our phones, in our homes, and even in the way we learn. For example, when we learn a new language, AI can be super helpful. With AI, you can practice speaking. You can have a real voice conversation, just like with a friend. This makes learning more fun and less stressful. So today, I would like to introduce a special guest to this podcast. Hello, Cece. Welcome to the show.
Hey there, Cece here, super excited to be part of your Slow English podcast.
Cece, can you help our listeners with language practice?
I can totally help your listeners with language learning. I can explain tricky grammar points, provide example sentences, and even create fun quizzes to test their knowledge.
That sounds amazing. Moreover, Cece can even recognize objects in your daily life. Plus, Cece is completely free. No ads, no limits. Go download Cece, your perfect speaking buddy. Hello, and welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Are you learning English with no one to practice with? I think I know what can help. Lingo Panda. It's an AI you can talk to anywhere. You can have real conversations to practice any time. You can order coffee, practice job interviews, or just chat casually, all in English. It feels real, but with no pressure. It feels like chatting with a real person, but available 24/7. With Lingo Panda, you can practice without fear. Try it out for free. The link is in my bio. Hello, and welcome back to my Slow English podcast. This podcast is for advanced English listeners. Today, I want to talk about intelligence. Do you think intelligence is innate or learned? Innate means to be born with something. I think intelligence is learned. Anyone can be intelligent, but some skills are innate. Depending on your physical characteristics or genetics, I think there are many types of intelligence. For example, verbal intelligence, mathematical intelligence, or social intelligence. I think I am verbally and socially intelligent because I am a good speaker and languages come easily to me. But I'm definitely not that mathematically intelligent. I have always struggled learning math. I work extra hard to understand mathematical subjects. What type of intelligence would you say you have? Are there any types of intelligence you need to work on? Comment below. Check out my YouTube channel for longer English podcasts. Check out my new merch, link in my bio. Hello, and welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Today, I want to talk about something that I love. I love walking. Walking to the store, to the park, just walking and looking at random things in the street. People watching. I like watching the behavior of different people in the streets. Just today, I saw so many interesting people in Mexico City. I saw an old woman with gray hair walking her dog. Her tiny, fluffy dog was barking at a big dog. This old lady looked so cool. She was covered in tattoos, wearing the coolest blazer and baggy pants and some glasses like these. She had her hair dyed purple, just the ends, and the rest was gray. And I thought immediately, I want to look that cool when I'm older. I saw a guy with the longest hair in braids and the tightest outfit I have ever seen. So many interesting people to see in the city. That's why I love staying in the city, even if it's just for a little bit. Because when I stay here for too long, it gets tiring. The air is so dirty. It makes me congested and it makes my throat hurt. But it's the best place for walking. Do you like to walk? If so, where do you like to walk? And what's something that you saw today that was interesting? Hello, and welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Today, I want to tell you about when I crashed my car. I am very scared to drive because I never drive. I always take the bus or my dad drives me. I have never needed to learn how to drive. So the other day, my family and my boyfriend, we were all out drinking and eating pizza. But when it was time to go home, nobody could drive, just me. I hadn't drank anything that night. So everybody said, Tiana, you drive. I was so scared, but I said, okay, I'll drive. The whole way, I was stopping suddenly, going very fast. It wasn't a good ride, but right before we got home, my dad told me, turn right. So I turned right. But then he said, no, turn left. So then I was like, I don't know where to turn. So I was turning right. There was a motorcycle coming. And so I turned quickly to the left. But the curb was so close. I hit it. And I drove on top of the curb. The tire, the wheel, popped. And I was just angry, yelling, "Where do I go? What do I do?" It was a very dumb accident, but I did tell them that I didn't want to drive. So, is it my fault or is it their fault? What do you think? Hello, and welcome back to my Slow English podcast. This podcast is for English beginner listeners. Today, I want to talk about my glasses. These are my glasses. I bought them on Amazon. Do you know what Amazon is? Amazon is an online store where you can find different products. Do you like to shop online? What's your favorite online store? Why? My favorite online store is Amazon because you can find anything: glasses, computers, notebooks, or even headphones. Check out my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. Hello, and welcome back to my Slow English podcast, a podcast for you to practice English listening slowly for beginners. Today, I want to talk about jobs in the office. I used to have a strict schedule. My schedule for each day was very busy. I had meetings all day long. The meetings were so strict because they all have a deadline. A deadline is like a time limit to see how long you have to finish something. So it was hard to find a break in between each meeting. How many meetings do you have every day? Are your meetings online or in person? My meetings used to be online, and my breaks were easy because I'm at home. How often do you get a break? How often do you get a break between working hours? What's a deadline that you have to finish soon? I have never really had co-workers. I have always worked alone, without any teams or managers. Do you have a manager? Do you like working with other people in a team or with your co-workers? What do you think the pros and cons are of working as a team or with a coworker. What other topics would you like to practice? Hello, and welcome to my Slow English podcast. I love listening to music. I listen to music everywhere. I use it to study languages, but my absolute favorite language to listen to music in is Portuguese. It's so smooth. It's so joyful and bright. It makes me want to dance. Portuguese as a language sounds so nice, but as music, it sounds even better. I also like how unique Chinese music is. I like listening to Chinese music every day to study and see if I recognize any words. Do you study with music? What's your favorite language to listen to music in? I love how different songs can be depending on where they come from or what language they are in. I love discovering new beats and rhythms. What are some good songs in your native language that you recommend I listen to? Comment down below. Hello, welcome to my English Slow podcast, a podcast to practice listening to English for beginners. Today, I'll talk about my daily routine. My daily routine is what I do every day. In the morning, I wake up at 7 a.m. I brush my teeth, I wash my face, and then I eat breakfast. My favorite breakfast is oatmeal. Oatmeal with bananas, strawberries, and honey. I eat oatmeal every day. What is your favorite breakfast? What do you usually eat for breakfast? After breakfast, I do yoga. I love doing yoga and stretching every day. Then I get ready for work. I am an English teacher. I teach English. I teach 2 students. My students are from Ukraine, Colombia, Germany, Russia, and Mexico. What is your job? After teaching, I study. I study Mandarin Chinese. Then I eat lunch. I normally eat a sandwich for lunch. What do you normally eat for lunch? After lunch, I get ready for my dance class. I dance salsa. I go every Tuesday and Thursday to dance class. I love dancing. Do you like to dance? What do you like to do in your free time? In the evening, I relax at home. I watch TV. I read a book. Sometimes I cook pasta for dinner. I love Alfredo pasta. What is your favorite dinner? Do you like to cook? I love cooking. At 11 p.m., I go to sleep. I love sleeping. I love feeling cozy and comfy. What about your daily routine? What do you usually do every day? Hello, welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Today, I will talk to you about colors. Colors is an interesting topic. My favorite color is purple. It reminds me of the sunset. It also reminds me of my childhood. In my childhood, I used to have some purple bed sheets. My bed sheets had Tinkerbell and purple flowers. I used to love those bed sheets. What is your favorite color? What does it remind you of? Now, I use a lot of light colored clothing. Light colors like white, yellow, green. I feel better in light colors than I do in dark colors. I think light colors suit me much more than dark colors do. What colors suit you best? Light colors or dark colors? Whenever I see someone wearing the color red, I think to myself, wow, he or she is very confident. I don't know what it is about the color red that is so intense and powerful. It makes any person who wears red stand out. They stand out in a crowd and they just seem interesting to me. What color stands out the most for you? Hello, welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Today, I will talk about colors. I can't bear to have the color red around me. It's too much red. I feel stressed and overwhelmed with so much red. However, blue is a very calming color. It makes me feel peaceful and relaxed. I think blue is a calmer color than red. Do you agree or disagree? What color do you think is the most calming color? I love the combination of purple with orange. It reminds me of the sunset. Those two colors work very well together. What are two colors you think work very well together? I have always associated the color green with huge landscapes. Landscapes like mountains, farms, rainforests. My grandpa has a big farm in Nebraska. No matter where you turn, no matter where you look, it's all green landscapes. As far as the eye can see, more and more green. What reminds you of the color green? What are some things you associate the color green with? Tell me about it in the comments. Practice saying your answers out loud and writing them down. Bye. Hello. Welcome back to my Slow English podcast. This podcast is for English beginner listeners. Today, I will talk about my job. I have a job. I work at my job. Job is a noun and work is a verb. So I work at my job. But sometimes I can feel overworked at my job. When I work too much, I feel burnt out, exhausted. So, balance is key. The key is balance. You need to have work-life balance. I think what matters most is to feel happy. To matter is to be important. So, it's important to feel happy at your job. What is your job? What do you do for work at your job? And what do you like most about your job? Hello, welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about my weekend. My weekend was very fun. I went to see my best friend, Lisa. I have known Lisa since 3rd grade, maybe around 9 years old. We met in school, and we have been friends ever since. We went to eat enchiladas suizas at a coffee shop on Friday. Enchiladas suizas are incredibly delicious. They are my go-to dish. A go-to dish is something that you often order or make. What is your go-to dish? Tell me, what does it taste like? And what ingredients does it have? Enchiladas suizas, for example, are basically tlaxcali with green sauce and tons of cheese. They are delicious. We both got enchiladas suizas. We gossiped for a while. And then we went to another restaurant. I will continue telling you about my day tomorrow, but today has been a very relaxing day. I have just been planning my classes for the week, writing lessons for my videos, and preparing some really nice lessons for you guys this week. Have a wonderful Sunday. Check out my YouTube. I just posted a video. And see you. Hello. Welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Today, I will continue talking to you about my weekend. After seeing my friend Lisa, we went to a quinceañera. Me and my family. A quinceañera is a celebration for your 15th birthday in Mexico. I love quinceañeras because there's always so much entertainment. So many dances and shows she prepared just for us. And the food is usually amazing. Are there any special birthdays in your country? Any certain age that people have a special celebration for in your country or culture? At the quinceañera, I drank some pulque. I love pulque. If you don't know what pulque is, it's the pulp extract of a cactus. It's slimy and thick, and the flavor is a combination between sweet and sour. I really enjoy drinking pulque. What are some popular beverages in your country? Describe the taste and describe the texture. Is it slimy, thick, runny? What is it like? After all her dances, we finally got to dance. We danced some cumbias. After all night of dancing, we got home around 12 o'clock, and I head straight to bed. Today has been still a relaxing day of planning and preparing lessons for this week. Comment your answers down below and check on YouTube for more content. Hello, welcome back to my Slow English podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about dreams. This podcast is for advanced English listeners. When I say dreams, I'm referring to the dreams we have while we sleep. Our subconscious mind working away while we sleep. Those are the dreams I love talking about. They are so mysterious. I dream almost every night, and I love it. I love waking up from a crazy dream and writing it down in my dream journal. That's where I write down all my crazy dreams. The moment I wake up from a dream, I immediately start to forget it. Right away when I wake up. That's why I write down my dreams so that I don't forget them. I have had the best dreams. Dreams where I wake up and I feel inspired to try new things, study new things, do new things. I have also had dreams where I feel I can fly and I'm soaring through the skies. Have you ever had a flying dream? Tell me, what did it feel like? For me, it feels extraordinary. The wind in my hair, on my skin, and the nervous feeling in my stomach, like I might fall from high up in the sky at any minute. It feels exhilarating. What's the coolest dream you've ever had? I've also had very scary dreams. I think we've all had a dream where we're falling, And just before we hit the ground, we wake up. Or maybe even a dream where someone is chasing us and we can't run away. We keep trying and trying, but our legs won't move. What's a scary dream you've had before? What do you think it means? Full version uploaded today on YouTube. I would absolutely love to hear your interpretations and beliefs about different dreams and what they mean. So leave your thoughts in the comments below. Bye.